Welcome back to another The Ask ML Fit Show. Hey, I'm Matt from Matt Lane Fitness. This is exactly what it looks like. You ask your fitness question, and I answer it. The more specific you can be, the better. I hope that you'll drop your question down below. If you're new to this, my name's Matt. I'm a personal trainer, registered nurse, behavioral change specialist. I've been doing this for about 14 years as of the recording right now, and I would love to dive into the questions that I've pulled up. So let's get into it. Here we go. The first one, 37% of my expenses right now are from restaurants. Oh, Jesus. That's a lot of bread going to the restaurants. No pun intended. I work out about 3 to 4 times a week using a push-pull leg split with day gaps in between. Good. I'm gaining muscle and pushing more weight, but I'm also not seeing any progress sculpting-wise, okay? So sculpting-wise could mean a few different things because it's a little bit of a subjective thing. If you mean sculpting by way of like, I want to lean down and get this sharper, then we'll get to it. I looked at the spend analyzer, I guess that's some sort of app, and it looks like I spend over 37% of my expenses on restaurants like Cains, oh my gosh, okay, I thought you meant like grocery shopping and whatnot. Like Cains, Burger King, Sonic, you name it. All right, wow. I know that I've been struggling with food, but I didn't realize I'm an addict till just now. Understand? I thought since my girlfriend was a vegetarian, it would equalize, and it hasn't. Huh? Equalize? I'm guessing like you eat some of the food that your girlfriend eats as well, so you would think, all right, got it. What? All good. This isn't healthy, and this needs to stop. I need help to transition away from eating so much food from different places, okay? I need help. Where can I go in real life, on the internet, wherever to find the change that is right for me, because I can't really do this on my own, apparently. So if you legitimately think that you have an addiction, then there is no, I don't feel that there's any subreddit that is gonna replace a healthcare professional that's trained in this. If you're exaggerating and it's kind of like a ha-ha joke, then okay. But if you think you need professional help, seek it by all means. So, not speaking from a professional psychiatric standpoint, because that's not what I am. I do focus on behavior change, but I'm not qualified in that realm. I will say this to you, that you have to have a real reason as to why you're wanting this change, okay? Because it seems like you're going at it from a budgetary standpoint, then you're also talking about it from a health standpoint. And then you said so much food from different places. I don't know exactly what that means. Do you mean different places like fast food joints? So there's a few different motivations that you have. I guess the question is, what's the biggest one, if that makes sense? Not to say that you can't have more than one, but from a sculpting-wise standpoint, like you said, sculpting ultimately means dropping fat to an extent. And yes, making the muscles bigger and whatnot, that changes things too. But it sounds like you're doing the correct things with that. You're getting enough recovery. I'm assuming you're getting enough actual training in. But calorie deficit alone, or calorie maintenance, actually, that alone will start to drop some body fat, which will, make that more defined or sculpting look. So that's how you do that part. Now, if this isn't a true addiction, if I were in your shoes, I would not limit yourself hardcore on these things and say, I can't do this at all. I can't eat any of this, because that's the moment you say you can't have it is the moment that you put a higher value and a higher desire for it. So if I were in your shoes, I'd look to get that 37% to a different number. Maybe drop it to 30% for, let's say, 2 months, okay? And then see if we can get down to 25%. I would not go hardcore stop at all, because it's a big transition. For some people, they say, just cut it all out. I'm good. I don't need it at all. I've seen a lot of people rebound from that and go hardcore the opposite direction that they want to go. So if I were in your shoes, I would really start looking into meal prepping. If you don't want to meal prep yourself, you can use a meal prep service. As a matter of fact, if you look in the description below, there's a company that I highly support that I'm partnered with. They're called Flex Pro Meals. They are fantastic. They are fantastic. Now, I always advocate for people to meal prep their own food, and I actually do that every other Sunday. I do it live here in my own kitchen if you'd like to slide by. I also have a playlist that I'll link up above showing you how to meal prep. So you have a lot of options. But preparing your own food ahead of time takes the complication of what am I going to eat? It really is more convenient, honestly, than going and sitting in the drive-thru. So you have a bunch of options. Check it out down below for the links and all that. But if you need professional help, get it. Hope that helps. This is from Will Weatherall. And Will, if you're out there, I apologize. I saw this message in one of my realms that I honestly just don't check very often. And then I went to respond to this person. This was months ago, actually. And I did not get a response. I think there's something going on with this platform that I have. It's my fault. But Will says, "Hey, Matt, big fan. I just saw your post about good food and bad food. And I do know that on Instagram, I made a post. This was months and months back, where I was asking the question, do you think that there is such thing as a good food and bad food, quote unquote? And he said, it prompted a question that I've been wanting to ask, if you don't mind, and absolutely will. I appreciate you. I personally have a lot of trouble getting the proper calories. I'm kind of a picky eater, which I'm working on. So right there, that to me, that means proper calories. I think you're hitting on, am I getting the healthy food? Am I getting quality food? I'm guessing. You said you're a picky eater that you're working on, but sometimes I get into these moods that I can't eat anything I like because it's bad for me. Okay, understand. So, okay. This will lead me to not eating anything for hours while I overthink. Understood. So you know that you're overthinking. You know that your thoughts of bad foods might not be based in reality. It's just something you're formulating in your head. So my question is this: is something better than nothing? Is it better to eat the bad food over nothing? So, and here's the thing. This ultimately goes back to the person's point of view of, is there a good food and a bad food? So, in my opinion, what I've seen, there is no food out there that is necessarily bad. I mean, I think people go to, oh, that's a poison for you. But poison, any poison that kills somebody or kills anything, the poison is truly the dosage of whatever that is. So, rat poisoning, there's a certain dose of that that's going to kill you. You can die from too much water. It is water poisoning, ultimately. It drops your sodium so low that your brain swells and you die. So anything can kill you if you overconsume it. So when we go to those realms of, is this a good food or a bad food, that's where I go. I start to think, now, are there foods that are better for you, of higher quality, that benefit you more? And then are there foods that don't benefit you as much? Absolutely. There's no getting around that without a doubt. You got a deep fried Twinkie versus, a lean ground beef with some green beans and rice. It's no contest. One has more nutrition in it. But it's not like if you eat both of those, that either of those are going to kill you. Does that make sense? So I say all that to say, Will, understanding your relationship with food is huge, because this fear that you have, this overthinking that you have, it sounds like it's coming from a place of ignorance. And ignorance is not an insult, by the way. Ignorance means the absence of understanding. That's all it means. And there's fear from that. With education, fear cannot exist. When you can educate yourself and understand it, fear doesn't really have a place anymore, because you understand the reality of it. So, I say all that to say, Will, is something better than nothing? Well, I mean, if you just stop eating completely, if you stop eating completely, you're eventually going to die. Yeah. So absolutely. Eating something is better than nothing. I would highly suggest that you really assess and figure out what are those foods, what are those ones that you're like, that's so bad, that's so bad, that's so bad. And I encourage you to message me and let's talk it out. I would love to talk it out. I really, really would. I rambled quite a bit in this one, but I don't regret it one dang bit. If you are looking for a fitness plan based in behavior change and science, it's exactly what I do. Check out the description down below. To the Mental Fit Mafia, to the friggin' patrons, thank you so much. I appreciate you always supporting me in this journey of YouTube, of this business. It means so much. I've talked to so many of you over on Patreon. Thank you so dadgum much. You don't have to be perfect at this fitness thing. Just be better than yesterday. Every day.